Hey everybody, welcome to part 13 of our Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, 100% full game on PC playthrough. So here we are, still standing outside the door to the final boss, and this is actually a pretty cool fight, like right up there with the World of Chaos and some from the final mix game, but I'm gonna have to resist the temptation because in this episode we are going to travel back through Castle Oblivion, all 13 floors, and fill in our enemy card section. So I want to make this perfectly clear because credit should be given where credit is due. I am going to use a method called RNG manipulation, which means manipulating the chances of the cards dropping. I discovered this on YouTube from a YouTube user named DERIKUF'S. I am going to post a link in the description to his video where he explains like all the work he put into figuring all this stuff out. I can't imagine how much time it took him to do this, so go watch the original video if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan. Drop a like on the guy's video because, again, he put, I'm sure, countless upon countless hours into this, and it takes what is easily a possible week-long grind on this game and turns it into a few hours tops. Keep in mind that even if you follow this to the letter, you know, I've done the same thing here that I did with the synthesis video for Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. I took a bunch of little clips of each card and spliced them together. Most of them only have like 1 or 2 failed attempts, and I did get lucky with most of them this time around. But, you know, it's not a guaranteed thing. You're not going to see the card drop every time you reproduce it. So I'll show you a slow, detailed example on the first enemy card. But basically what we're going to do is whatever floor you want to go to for the card, warp to the floor above it. So if you need a card that's from an enemy on floor 1 in Traverse Town, warp to Agrabah, go down the stairs and into the Moment's Reprieve room. That way you're guaranteed that the cost for the next room will only be 1. So you want to have at least like 15 Sleeping Darkness cards to do this, because we're going to use Sleeping Darkness for almost every single enemy card. You do need 1 White Room card and 1 Black Room card as well. And basically how the manipulation works, you'll see it way better than I can describe it in a few seconds. You're going to make the Sleeping Darkness room, save the game after setting up your deck in a very specific way. And what you're going to do is reload the game with that very particular deck setup. You'll do a certain number of dodge rolls for each enemy. You either start with no attack. You either start with a preemptive strike or just walking into the enemy as normal. So basically, for each enemy card clip, I'm going to tell you what world we're in. I'll show you how the deck is set up. I'll show you the number of dodge rolls, tell you whether or not you need a preemptive strike, and then I'll tell you ahead of time like what enemies you want to see on the screen when the battle starts. As far as what enemy you walk into on the field, like before you start the battle, just use the exact same one that I use in this video, because I did test it with other enemies the first time around. And it seems like only certain enemies on the field give you certain battles, like the battles are linked to a certain field enemy. So just you know, follow this video that I'm making or follow the original one that I learned this from. Either way, I mean, I'm replicating his as closely as I possibly can because it was very efficient and it just made it easier for me to get these cards nice and quick. But you know, whichever one you follow, you know, follow it to the letter. And some cards, again, might take a few tries, but eventually you will get all the cards with minimal effort. compared to the original way of hunting them down, which was incredibly tedious. I'm also going to show you guys a pretty reliable way to farm the random Joker map cards too. So if you're like watching this and playing the game and stuck on the game because you need a bunch of high numbered cards to get through a door, this will help you out with that too. And then I'll touch more on this later, but there are 2 other cards that I inadvertently picked up, and we'll talk about those at the end of the video too. Alright, so with that all being said, so like I said, I've just been chilling in the final room while you guys have been staring at my card collection screen because I didn't realize I hadn't changed the screens yet, but hey, you know, whatever. The card collection page is pretty neat looking. So, with all that being said, let's go find Exodia. I mean these super rare enemy cards. Alright, so we are hunting down our first enemy card, the Shadow. So we are in the Conqueror's Respite on Halloween Town, which for me is floor 6. So the easiest way to do this is to warp to the floor above the floor you're going to. So since I'm in Halloween Town, I warped up to floor 7 to Atlantica and then went down the stairs to this room. So I have already turned the next room into a Sleeping Darkness room. And like I said, you want to use the room next to the Conqueror's Respite because it's always a 1 card to make the room. So literally any of the Sleeping Darkness cards that we've stockpiled throughout the game will work. And this is the same on every floor. So then what you would do is you make sure you have the right deck set up, which in this case for the first enemy card we're going to do 2 warp slates, which is common for almost all the enemy cards. And then in the case of the Shadow we have 6 Kingdom Keys. So once you have the Sleeping Darkness room open and the deck set up, this is what you want to do. Go right up to the save point, save your game. I just saved the game before starting this clip, so we already did. And then what you would do is you would go to the title screen right from this menu, which will bring you back to the main menu. Then you load your save, and then when you're ready, the RNG manipulation is also connected to the number of dodge rolls that we're going to do before each encounter. In the case of the Shadow, we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dodge rolls. Now we are going to just walk into the enemy and start the battle normally. We are not going to strike the enemy or get a preemptive strike ahead of time. Now, each enemy card has a certain battle setup where it's most likely to drop. Because, again, this is not 100% drop every single time, and there's it's a very specific set of circumstances you want for each card, and even then it's still not going to be 100% drop every time. So when we start this battle, we want to see on the screen 2 shadows and a gargoyle in between them. Now, it is important, at least from what I've seen from reproducing this, you get certain battles from certain enemies on the field. So if you're following this specifically, like if you're following this down to the tiniest detail to get the enemy cards, make sure you pick the same field enemy that I am. That way, at least every other time you reload, you should get the right battle. And hopefully we get lucky and get most of these on the first try. And if you're using this as a guide, hopefully you get lucky and get it on the first try too. Alright, let's go find our Shadow card. there's our battle. And there's our shadow card on the first try. Alright, so for the rest of the enemy cards, I won't go through the entire spiel about the mechanics again. I'll just tell you the world we're in, which, I guess I should have done for this one. I said Halloween Town enough times, I'm pretty sure. So for the rest of these clips, I'll just tell you the enemy card we're looking for, the world we're in, how many dodge rolls you have to do, what the deck will consist of, preemptive strike or not, and we'll just, I'll show you that this does work for each card. For the soldier enemy card, we are in Traverse Town. Our deck will consist of 2 warp slates and 4 kingdom keys. We are going to dodge roll 1 time. We are not going to get a preemptive strike, we're just going to start the battle normally. And what we want to see on screen when we start the battle is a soldier, 2 shadows, and 2 red nocturnes.
Come on! Back off! Come on!
Alright, so there's our soldier enemy card. Alright, so our next 2 enemy cards, numbers 3 and 4, are the Powerwild and Bouncywild. Gonna cover them both in the explanation, since I'm not sure which one we'll end up getting in this clip. So for both of them, we are in Olympus Coliseum, and our deck is going to be a little bit different. We're only going to have 1 warp slate, 12 kingdom key cards, and the Marluxia card. Now this is why I waited to do the enemy card farming until after I beat Marluxia's first form, because for these 2 cards we have to have his enemy card. So that is our deck for both of our monkey business enemy cards here. We are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times for each of them. No preemptive strike for either one. The only thing that determines the difference between the Powerwild and the Bouncywild cards is for the Powerwild, there will be 1 shadow when the battle starts. For the Bouncywild, there will be 2 shadows when the battle starts. So let's see which one we get in this clip.
Come on! Back off! Come on! Back off!
Alright, so there's our Powerwild enemy card. Okay, so now we are specifically hunting the Bouncywild enemy card here in Olympus Coliseum. And as we continue our monkey business, the deck is going to be the exact same as it was for the Powerwild, with the 1 Warp Slate, 12 Kingdom Key cards, and the Marluxia enemy card, so we technically still get 2 Warp Slates anyway. And we are going to dodge roll just like with the Powerwild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. No preemptive strike, and this time we want to see 2 shadows on the screen when the battle starts.
Come on! Take this!
And look at that. No more monkeying around. There's our Bouncywild card. Alright, next we are looking for the large body enemy card. There are 2 ways to get this one as well, but I am choosing to do it here in Olympus Coliseum. Our deck will consist of the regular 2 Warp Slates that we'll be using for most of the enemy cards. The 2 Kingdom Key cards this time around. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. We will not get a preemptive strike. We will start the battle normally. And when the battle starts, we want to see 4 shadows around us with the large body in front of us.
Come on!
And just like that, there's our large body card. Our next enemy card is the Fat Bandit. We are in Agrabah, since that is the only world this enemy appears in. For our deck, we will have 2 Warp Slates and 4 Kingdom Key cards. We are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. We will get a preemptive strike to start this battle, so strike the enemy, and we only want to see 1 of these big boys on screen when the battle starts.
Yeah! Back off! Yeah! Come on!
Alright, so there's our Fat Bandit. Alright, now I'm having a little bit of a brain fart here. I don't remember if I actually listed the number of dodge rolls at the beginning of this, but it is 10 dodge rolls and then the preemptive strike. And as you saw, we were looking for the single enemy to appear on screen, and once we got that battle, we got the card on the first try. Alright, our next enemy card is the Sea Neon. We are in Atlantica. Our deck will consist of a little bit different setup this time. We have a Stopgoth slate, a Mega Flare slate, and a single Kingdom Key. Now, this one can be a bit of a nuisance because if you don't get the right battle, you can just let yourself keep taking damage so you get the game over screen and reload that way, but if you're max level like I am, that's going to take a while, so you may as well just fight until you either win or get the game over screen. We are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. No preemptive strike, start the battle normally. And what we want to see when the battle starts is 4 of the Sea Neons and 3 of the Screwdiver Heartless.
Stop! Fire! Fire! Aerial! Goofy! Aerial! Take this! Take this!
Okay, so that was the right battle. We did everything that we were supposed to do. We just didn't get lucky that time. So now, unfortunately, when we reload, we'll probably get the wrong battle, and then we'll get the right battle again afterwards. This one might take a little bit. This one is a finicky card to pick up.
Fire! Fire! Power!
I'll handle this!
Courage!
I'll handle this!
Stop! Take this!
Alright, there's our Sea Neon card. That didn't take nearly as long as it did when I was doing my actual card hunting before doing this video. So the reason that we used the Stopgoth slate on the Sea Neons was to make sure that the Screwdivers died from the Mega Flare before the Sea Neons did, because that played a part in the manipulation for the numbers to get the card to drop. Our next enemy card is the Bandit, which only appears in Agrabah, so we are in Agrabah. So this time our deck is going to consist of an Aerogoth slate, followed by the Warp slate, and 7 Kingdom Key cards. Now for this enemy we are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We are looking for a preemptive strike, so strike the enemy to start the battle. And what we want to see when the fight starts is 2 shadows and 2 bandits.
Win! Take this!
And just like that, there is our bandit enemy card. Alright, our next card is the Pirate enemy card, and unfortunately it's not Jack Sparrow, just the generic Pirate Heartless that we see in this game. We are in Neverland. Our deck will consist of 2 Warp Slates and 2 Kingdom Key cards. We will dodge roll 0 times. 0. And no preemptive strike, start the battle as normal. And what we want to see on the screen is 2 Shadow, 2 Pirates, 2 Yellow Opera, and a Dark Ball and a Pear Tree.
Take this!
And look at that, there is our Pirate card, just like that. For the Red Nocturne enemy card, we are in Traverse Town. Our deck will consist of 2 Warp Slates and 4 Kingdom Keys. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And we will once again not do a preemptive strike and just start the battle as normal. And what we want to see on the screen when the battle starts is just 2 Red Nocturne enemies.
Take this!
And just like that, there's our Red Nocturne enemy card. For the Blue Rhapsody enemy card, we are in Traverse Town. Our deck this time will consist of the 2 Warp Slates and 6 Kingdom Key cards. We are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We are not looking for a preemptive strike, start the battle as normal. And for this card, we want to see the first battle we got while going after the soldier card. We want to see the 3 shadows and 2 soldiers when the battle starts.
Back off! Come on!
And there is our Blue Rhapsody enemy card. Our next enemy card is the Yellow Opera. And we are in Agrabah. So for this enemy, Our deck will consist of the 2 warp slates and a single kingdom key. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and we will not get a preemptive strike. We will start the battle just normally by running into the enemy.
Come on! Take this! Come on!
Alright, so there's our yellow opera card. And I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention it, but that was a battle that we were looking for. 4 bandits, the fat bandit in the background, and our target yellow opera is just floating there in the mess. But anyway, that is that enemy card down. For the green Requiem enemy card, we are in Agrabah. There are 2 ways to do this for the green Requiem. This is considered the alternate way, but this is the one that I've been luckier reproducing, so we're going to stick with this one. So for this enemy card, we have a deck of Aeroga, Warp, and 5 Kingdom Key cards. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. No preemptive strike, just start the battle normally. We want to see 2 shadows, 3 yellow operas, and 3 green requiems on the screen when the fight starts.
Win! Come on!
And in one try, we got the green Requiem enemy card. For the wizard enemy card, we are on the 13th floor, so Castle Oblivion itself. I made a regular save room for this one because I'm not sure if using the room before Marluxia's final battle affects the numbers, and we're just going to play it safe and use a regular save room. So for the wizard card, our deck will consist of 2 warp slates and 2 kingdom key cards. We are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And when we start the battle, we should see a blue Rhapsody in the center with 1 red Nocturne on each side.
Back off! Come on! Back off! Come on!
Alright, and there is our wizard card. Remember how much time it took us to get that thing to drop its staff in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, and then we got its enemy card in this game just like that? It's quite a big difference, luckily. Our next enemy card is the Air Soldier. We are in Monstro for this one. And for the Air Soldier, our deck will have 2 Warp Slates and a single Kingdom Key card. We are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4 times. No preemptive strike, just start the battle by walking into the enemy. And we are looking for a battle with 2 Shadows, 2 Yellow Opera, 2 of the Air Soldiers, and a large body in the back.
Take this! Back off!
Alright, and there's our Air Soldier card. Our next enemy card is the Barrel Spider. We are in Monstro for this one. For our deck, we will have a single Warp Slate and 3 Kingdom Key cards. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, you have to attack the barrels to get the Barrel Spider to appear, and there's a certain little pattern you have to follow to trigger this fight. When you do trigger the fight, you want to see 4 of them on the screen for your best chance of getting the card. So what you want to do is go over here to the lone barrel and hit it without hitting that shadow. Then go over here and line yourself up so you hit both of these at once. And there's our fight.
Back off!
Okay, so that was the right battle, we just didn't get the card, which, you know, it happens. Like I said, this method is not 100% foolproof. You know, it's not going to work every single time.
Yeah! Ha! Back off! Yeah! Ha! Back off!
And there it is, our Barrel Spider card. Alright, for our next enemy card, we are looking for the Wight Knight. We are in Halloween Town. Our deck will consist of 2 warp slates and a single Kingdom Key card. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and start the battle normally. Do not strike the enemy for the preemptive. And what we want to see when we start the battle is 2 shadows in front of us, the Wight Knight in the middle, 2 creeper plants on the ends, and 2 search ghosts floating in the background.
Come on! Come on!
And there is our Wight Knight enemy card. Next we are looking for our Air Pirate enemy card. We are in Neverland. This time our deck will consist of 2 warp slates and 5 Kingdom Key attack cards. We will dodge roll 1 time, start the battle normally, no preemptive strike, and what we want to see on screen when the battle starts should be 2 Air Pirates and 2 Dark Balls.
Come on!
And just like that, there's our Air Pirate card. For the Gargoyle enemy card, we are in Halloween Town. Our deck will consist of the 2 warp slates and 7 Kingdom Key cards. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Start the battle normally, no preemptive strike. And when the battle starts, you want to see just a single shadow, and then the second wave will show up and just use warp again, and the Gargoyle will be there.
Back Back off! Come on!
And just like that, there's our Gargoyle enemy card. Alright, next on our enemy card list is the Search Ghost. We are in Monstro for this one. Our deck will consist of 2 Warp Slates and 6 Kingdom Key cards. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. We will not do a preemptive strike. We will start the battle normally. And what we want to see when the battle starts is 2 shadows and 2 air soldiers. The Search Ghost will show up in the second wave.
Back off! Take this!
And just like that, there's our Search Ghost. In fact, you could say that our search is over. I know, it was terrible, but I had to do it. For the Aquatank card, we are in Atlantica. Our deck will consist of 3 Warp Slates this time, and a single Kingdom Key card. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3 times. We will not get a preemptive strike, start the battle normally, and what we want to see on screen when the battle starts is 2 Sea Neons. Then there'll be a second wave, the Aquatank will be in the third wave, which is why we have 3 Warp Slates for this one.
Back off! Take this!
Unlike when we were here for the Sea Neon enemy card, we can just warp the enemies out of existence if we get the wrong battle, since we don't have to use a different deck for this one.
Back off! Come on! Take this!
Alright, so that was the right battle, we just didn't get the card. Now, unfortunately, based on the pattern up till now, we'll probably get the wrong battle this time around and have to reload again. And then, hopefully, when we reload again, we'll get the card.
Back off! Take this! Back off! Come on! Take this!
Alright, and there is our Aquatank enemy card. Next is the Screwdiver enemy card. We are still in Atlantica for this one. Now, for the deck, we're going to use the same one that we just used in the last clip for the Aquatank. 3 warp slates and a single kingdom key. We are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And we are looking for the same battle setup as the Sea Neon card with 4 Sea Neons and 3 Screwdivers. No preemptive strike, start the battle normally.
Come on! Back off!
Alright, so we got that wrong battle that we saw before when hunting for the Sea Neon card, but thankfully this time we get to use Warp, so it really didn't slow us down much. About, what, 1-2 seconds tops?
Come on!
Alright, there's our Screwdiver enemy card. Next on our enemy card hunt is the Wyvern card. We are in Red Hollow Bastion. And this time around, our deck will consist of 2 warp slates and 6 kingdom key cards. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And now that Sora has a nice case of vertigo from all that rolling around, we are looking for a battle starting with 4 shadows and a defender, and we will enter the battle normally, no preemptive strike.
Back off! Back off! Come on!
Alrighty, and there is our Wyvern card. Our next enemy card is the Defender. We are in Hollow Bastion. We are using the exact same deck that we just used for the Wyvern card, the 2 warp slates and 6 kingdom key cards. And we are still going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. We will again start the battle normally with no preemptive strike. The difference is when we start the battle this time, we are looking for 4 shadows, 2 wizards, and a dark ball. In a pear tree. I know, I already made that joke, but you know, one good turn deserves another.
Back off! Come on! Donald! Back off! Yeah!
Oh, I totally forgot that I could use Ars Arcanum with that deck. Alright, let's go reload and try again.
Back off! Take this!
This is another one that put up a pretty good fight the first time around, so this might take a couple tries.
Back off! Back off! Take this!
Alright, 2 tries to get the Defender card, about 10 tries less than it took me originally, so that's pretty cool. We got that one done. Our next enemy card is going to be the White Mushroom. We are in Traverse Town. Now the White Mushrooms only appear in the White Rooms, so we have to set up one of those rooms instead of the standard Sleeping Darkness we've been using. We could play their charade games and have a chance at getting the card, but we're just going to use the RNG and Warp to have a better chance of getting the card. So our deck this time consists of 2 Warp Slates and a single Kingdom Key. We are going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. We will start the battle with a preemptive strike, and we want to see 2 of them on the screen when the battle starts. That's our best chance at getting this card.
Back off!
Alright, so there's our white mushroom enemy card. And we still don't need to give up any of our cards by turning them into premiums. That's just a waste at the moment. Our next enemy card is the Black Fungus. We are in Traverse Town. Now, this is another case, the only other case where we won't be using a Sleeping Darkness room, because like the White Mushroom, the Black Fungus has its own exclusive room, the Black Room. No charades with these guys, and Warp does not work on them. So this time, our deck will consist of 1 Holy Slate and 3 Kingdom Key cards. We will not dodge roll at all for this one, and we are looking for a preemptive strike. And what we want to see when the battle starts is 3 of these little buttholes on the screen.
Light!
Okay, that wasn't the battle that I was expecting to get the card from, but, you know, sometimes you just get lucky, and hey, we just got our Black Fungus card. Alright, this time we are looking for the Creeper Plant enemy card. We are in Wonderland. Now, our deck will consist of 2 Warp Slates and a single Kingdom Key. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We will not seek a preemptive strike. Now, we are looking for a battle with 2 Shadows, 2 Red Nocturnes, and 3 Creeper Plants. Now, we also have an opportunity here to get a random Joker card that has a pretty high chance of dropping. If it doesn't happen in this clip, I'll do a separate little bonus clip just for that card, because it's a pretty handy thing to be able to farm for, and I stumbled upon it completely by accident looking for this.
Back off!
That was actually the random Joker battle, but it didn't drop this time around.
Come on!
Alright, and there is our Creeper Plant card. For the Tornado Step enemy card, one of the new Heartless in this game, we are in the Destiny Islands. This time our deck will consist of a Stopgoth slate, a Mega Flare slate, and a single Kingdom Key card. We will dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And this time we will get a preemptive strike on the enemy. And we are looking for, I believe, 4 Tornado Step enemies and 2 Creeper Plants chilling in the background.
Stop! Take this! Courage! Take this! Goofy! Loyal!
So as you saw, this is another instance of where if we don't get the correct battle, it's kind of a, little bit of a minor inconvenience to finish it off. Oh, I should have mentioned at the start, this is another enemy card where there are 2 ways that you can use this RNG manipulation to get it. I'm using the one that's considered to be the alternative method by the guy that figured all this out, but to me this one seemed like the easier way to go. And if our pattern that we've been getting is persistent, and we just got the wrong battle, we should get the right battle this time.
Stop! Take this!
And there it is, our Tornado Step enemy card. For our Crescendo card, which is one of the new Heartless appearing in this game, we are on the Destiny Islands. Oh, in the Destiny Islands, since we're, in Castle Oblivion. Our deck will consist of 2 Warp Slates, and 6 Kingdom Key cards. We are going to dodge roll once. We are going to start the battle normally. And what we want to see on screen when we start the battle is 4 shadows with a dark ball behind them.
Take this! Come on!
And just like that, there's our Crescendo card. Alright, so here we are with our final enemy card, the Neoshadow. We are in the 13th floor, Castle Oblivion itself. And our deck will consist of 2 warp slates. The second one must be cast with precision timing, and 2 Kingdom Key cards. We're going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So walk into the enemy to start the fight, no preemptive. And what we want to see on screen for the first wave is 2 Neoshadows, 2 Dark Balls, 2 Green Requiems, 2 Blue Rhapsodies, and 2 Red Nocturnes. I'll say all that 10 times fast. So the first slate will take all them out, and then we'll get a wave of mostly Neoshadows. So if you press the button to launch the second warp slate even a second too early, it'll miss all the Neoshadows completely. And if you do it even a second too late, you'll miss 1 or 2, and it won't drop the card even if you survive the battle. Even if you do everything right, this card was a nuisance to get to drop the first time around. I don't expect it to be any better now. So on this particular clip, I'm probably going to cut out all the failed attempts, except for, like, you know, if we hit the wrong battle once, but it's going to take a little bit to get this card even following this video, so be patient, keep trying, and eventually you will get it. Just, it might take a good 20 minutes to a half hour for this one, and I can't make a clip that long for one enemy card. It's just, to me it seems silly. So maybe I'll get lucky and get it on the first try, but I doubt it.
Back off! Back off! Take this!
That's it. That's the last one. We got him. Oh my god, we got it. We got it. I know it probably sounds like I'm being a little dramatic, but I'm gonna level with you guys. I cut out about roughly 55 minutes worth of failed attempts from this clip. So it took a lot of retries to get that card. So that being said, keep trying. Just keep trying. And eventually you will get the card to drop, but this one is a royal pain to get. Even if you do everything right, the drop rate is still so low, it's infuriating. But that's it. That's the last enemy card. That's it. We're done. We are done hunting down these frickin' Exodia level rarity cards. Alright, so we've already got all the enemy cards. This is just a bonus clip. We talked about it during the Creeper Plant enemy card search. There is a pretty solid way to get the random Joker map cards to drop if you're near the end of the game and you need an easy way to open some higher number rooms. So, just like with the Creeper Plant, our deck will have the 2 warp slates and a single kingdom key. We're going to dodge roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. No preemptive strike. And we're looking for the battle with 2 shadows and 2 red nocturnes. And it's not 100% drop just like the enemy cards. It's just a really high chance.
Back off!
Now, it doesn't want to do it right now, but when I tried to record these clips originally, I did that particular battle under these circumstances about 5 times or so, and 3 of those times I did get the random Joker card. So let's do a couple more tries just to see if we can get it to drop on screen, or on camera recording rather.
Come on! Come on! Back off! Come on! Back off! Take this!
There it is. Okay, so I was just looking for the wrong battle the whole time. So it was the shadows and the red nocturnes, we just got a second wave of enemies afterwards. So if you can find that battle, the last one that we just did, it gives you a really high chance of getting a random Joker card. So I mean, if you're watching this and you haven't played the game yet, you know, just something to keep an eye on. Or if you're watching this and you have played the game or are playing the game and you're stuck looking for map cards to open high number doors, here's your easy solution. Okay, so here we are back in the final room of the game. So let's take a minute and review. Our card collection still isn't quite complete, but we have all of the regular Heartless enemy cards. We've got all of them. Shadow, Soldier, Powerwild, Bouncywild, Large Body, Fat Bandit, Sea Neon, Bandit, Pirate, Red Nocturne, Blue Rhapsody, Yellow Opera, Green Requiem, Wizard, Air Soldier, Barrel Spider, Wight Knight, Air Pirate, Gargoyle, Search Ghost, Aquatank, Screwdiver, Wyvern, Defender, White Mushroom, Black Fungus, Creeper Plant, Tornado Step, Crescendo, and of course, that damn Neoshadow. Now, unexpectedly, I also picked up a couple of cards that I didn't think were available to me yet. For attack cards, most of the guides that I looked at for the Rechain of Memories game said these couldn't be obtained until after Marluxia's final form was defeated, but lo and behold, we have the final mix Keyblades as cards, the Diamond Dust and the One-Winged Angel. So if you also read in somebody's guide that you can't get these till after Marluxia's third form is gone, well, I got them right here. I got the One-Winged Angel from the Moogle shop. I got the Diamond Dust just from breaking treasure boxes and stuff, well, treasure drops. And I believe that you can get them anywhere on floors 11, 12, or 13, but anything 10 or below, you won't get them. And, alright, so that's all the enemy cards. We picked up a couple more attack cards off screen, but we went over them real quick here. I also showed a pretty consistent point for farming for the random Joker cards if you're at the point in the game where you need to do that. I mean, I got pretty lucky and didn't have to, but always good to know. So, when we come back for our next part, we're going to go see what Marluxia's up to behind that door and put an end to this. As tempted as I am to do it right now, this video is already going to be a long one, so I will resist the temptation for now, and I will see you guys all back for the next part when we take on Marluxia. Hope everybody's enjoying the journey so far, and thank you all for watching.